The program you're about to listen to is intended for a mature audience.
Not intended for ears under 18.
We are not licensed professionals. Don't take anything we say seriously.
In fact, it's shocking we have driver's license.
We will mock many things in this program. That doesn't mean we don't respect the thing in question.
Please don't sue us.
Oh, and spoiler warning for just about everything.
Obviously, we don't know how to keep our mouths shut.
Ladies, gentlemen, and everyone else on this big wide gender spectrum, thank you for opening this glistening bag of weeb. This is Crow.
This is Sora.
And special guest,
Moonpie!
And today, we asked you, the audience, what you wanted to hear from us.
Today's question, what are the flashiest anime techniques? From either Dragon Ball, Naruto, whatever you want to pick to, what seems cool rather than the impact on the story or the big bad?
Let's start a conversation.
All right, first off, it's one of my favorite because it's useless but also just very pretty. The final Getsuga Tensho in Bleach. The Mugetsu, you know, when he does the whole side swipe thing, and he's like, this is it, this is my final attack, and then, like, the whole screen goes black and white, and we see the impact of the attack, and, like, everything goes silent, and then once the attack's done, then everything comes back.
Right.
It was just solid, especially because, like, all of the energy and all that going into that fight, and all of that moment was just fucking wild. And then it was just silent.
The one against Aizen, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. The bad one. The one that didn't work.
Right. No, that was so cool. I love thinking about that every time.
Every time. It's chills.
I would say in my opinion, one of the prettiest is definitely the Hinokami Kagura attacks from Demon Slayer that Tanjiro uses.
Yeah.
Not like any specific one. It's more all of them because of the way that they do it.
Okay.
It's not super specific, but also is.
Okay, I raise you the whole, like, fighting style. Would you say which one's prettier? The end of episode 19 when he works with Nezuko for the Spider Boy, or the first time he does the sunset spiral or whatever in Mugen Train?
Fuck.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to say the first time we worked with Nezuko against the Spider Boy because I almost made me cry.
That's solid. That entire scene.
It was so beautiful.
The music and all of the fucking amped up bullshit.
Everything leading up to that, everything that was that, all of that hit real hard.
This is technically part of the conversation, but I think my favorite super crazy flashy attacks are the ones that ultimately don't work. The time in Soul Eater when Soul and Maka do Jin Eater on the mosquito dude the first time, and then ultimately I guess it worked, but really didn't help much. Like, that was also just fucking awesome and beautiful and cool, and then it was like, yeah, we win! And then we fucked it up.
In that vein, ironically, in the original Stay Night anime, Gogo was using his Enuma Elish, his actual Enuma Phantasm, against Saber and Shiro. It didn't work because they shoved Excalibur to Avalon and created a shield.
Alright! This is my ultimate attack, I will fucking end all of you. And they're like, no. It's like,
super funny.
Thoughts?
Honestly, I have not watched too much. We've been watching a lot more Dragon Ball recently, so I'm, like, reminding myself what attacks are called.
Just can't remember the names of them. You know, that cool one that Vegeta does and then everyone cried.
The beam one?
No, the one where he died.
The ball?
Yeah, bud. The big ball where he goes, Trunks, you're the man of the house now.
Yes, right, the explosion.
Yup. I think it's called Final Explosion, too, so I don't know what you...
Yep, I'm right, and you know it.
I didn't say you were wrong!
One I will say that I really, really enjoy is Gogeta's Stardust Fall. Especially with how video games tend to use them. It's so bright and colorful and just so fucking fast.
First time it was shown was also really good, but it was so much better in the Super movie.
Yeah, when he does it on Broly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because they got the new animation and it looked really good.
I'm gonna let you know on a secret. The more I hear about the first time Gogeta shows up in the Janemba bit, I realize I've never seen that fight.
Oh, really?
Serious?
Like, at all.
I love Janemba.
The entire movie.
Was that a movie?
Yes.
Yeah, because, like, the whole point of that movie is, like, Goku goes to hell or something to save Vegeta. And I'm like, I thought Vegeta just kind of wandered his own way back because he's grumpy or something. I don't remember.
The main reason why he was called was because some demon messed up on his job and fell into, like, a vat of the most amount of evil and became Janemba. Like, he was just...
Oh, so yellow Janemba, the gooey Janemba, is the good version that fell into a pot of bad?
No. The yellow Janemba is just essentially the first
form.
version.
Yeah.
And then the Janemba that they end up fighting against Gogeta
Second
is
form.
the final form, really. Because he doesn't evolve past that until Heroes, but that's not canon.
No, nothing in
Heroes
Heroes is
random
canon.
demon that gets sucked into the machine on accident because he's not paying attention. He's listening to his music, and he falls in and becomes Janemba.
That's fucking stupid, and I love that.
And then Goku gets sent in because, like, hey, there's jelly beans.
And Goku can kill jelly beans.
He has a real hard time.
And Janembas.
But
he has a real hard time killing jelly beans?
Yeah, because first he, like, fucking splats into one and can't figure out how he's supposed to get rid of them. And then he sees Fat Janemba and he's like, I'm gonna go fight that and I'm gonna have fun.
That sounds like Goku, actually.
Actually, you know what? Actually, you could be lying right now and I wouldn't be able to tell. That sounds completely correct.
If it's food, I can't hit it, but if it's another guy, I can hit them. That's Goku.
I can't hit food. That's rude. Food and rude rhymes, and therefore can't do it.
Other good
Aw, man, but so does dude and rude. Shit!
Another good one I can think of off the top of my head. I know Super gets a lot of shit and everybody's very divided on it, but I freaking love Sword of Hope and dealing with Zamasu and Goku Black.
Yeah.
I have a hard time watching Super. I was too attached to Z growing up and reading Dragon Ball, and then Super's kind of feels like more of the same, but there are some times when I'm like, oh shit, that's pretty, and Sword of Hope is exactly one of those moments.
We skipped a lot of filler for the more important parts because it's honestly much better.
A lot of Goku's Black's abilities, the progression for it's weird, not gonna lie. Even for Dragon Ball, the progression's super weird and seems way more fast-paced than it should be. However, he does spend quite a bit of time actually trying to figure out what the hell he's doing after he hits Rose. It does a bunch of stuff on accident, like opening up a wormhole and summoning clones of himself to fight. It's super cool, but like those things look really good. The way that he does them, it's really cool.
Shit, I just thought of another one, and I think it's no, it does not count as the vein of like looks really cool, really flashy, didn't do anything. Fucking the name of this jutsu is Kirin was just the setup really for that and the payoff was golden. Itachi's really cool. Face of just yo, that shit bright, and then it's just
it was really good.
Fucking
in the vein of Naruto, I would say a lot of the nine-tailed stuff was also really pretty.
Oh shit, like the time when they do the like Rasen shurikens and then throw it and then it ties with the Bijou bomb and it just yes.
I didn't watch all of Shippuden, so I only really saw that in the video games. Yeah. But they animated it really well in the video games. So I did the like planetary Rasen shurikens. So he's got like a whole bunch of Rasen shurikens and he throws all of them. And
oh, like, is that the one elements? Where he's got because he's got the different elements because he's got the Sage of Six Paths bullshit or whatever. It doesn't matter. Anyway, Look, I even had another one in mind, and then we started talking again, and then I forgot. What's up?
We got another one to throw in. Soul Eater. I absolutely love Death the Kid's attack. I cannot remember.
Oh, the Buster Cannon or whatever he calls it? When he just passes the fuck out during one of the fights, and then Liz and Patty are like, oh man, he's unconscious. What are we gonna do? Why is it still charging? Hey guys, this is still charging.
Honestly, a lot of the attacks in Soul Eater were really good.
Not even like super duper flashy, but when they do the like classic, two people run towards each other with their weapons drawn, and then they pause after they've clashed, and there's just like one of them wobbles, and then the other one falls. Fucking Black Star and Tsubaki's brother was a fucking good one.
Yes.
I remember that.
And Mifune. Oh. Black Star's some really good fucking solid moments, especially with the Demon Sword.
100, I agree, yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking... I just had one, and then you started talking about that, and I forgot.
No, that keeps happening. Yeah, I get it.
No, One Piece.
One Piece.
Luffy's first Gear 4, I think it was.
The Bounce Man?
Yeah, Bounce Man.
Okay.
That was really cool. Mm-hmm. Really flashy. Also really impactful. I just think it's... And then he later on, he revealed Snake Man. Mm-hmm. That was also really cool.
You lost me at Snake Man. Again, I have not actually...
Man?
I know Bounce Man because he's the one that shows up in Jump Force, and I played some of that because they're the only good version of a 3D modeled Bleach character right now.
Okay.
What about J-Stars?
What about
J-Stars?
It's basically a better version of Jump Force.
No, it's not. It's the worst version of Jump Force.
No.
Okay, you can't...
Tell it to
can you be a worse version of Jump Force?
Up into the sky.
No. Jason, are we really talking about this right now? I don't.
I feel like the point of this entire production, that is how I pronounce words now, thank you, you're welcome.
Yeah, no,
is to
J-Star
just
Victory
talk.
Versus was a worse version of Jump Force.
I feel like it included and did so much more.
Okay.
That Jump Force was just...
So Jump Force is fucking atrocious, especially story-wise.
Yes.
We don't worry about the story, but like
No,
the gameplay, like the
mechanics-wise.
fighting mechanics and all that, and the character rosters.
Yeah, it had the same idea as Jump Force, where it just had mashed a bunch of people from different animes together. It was like Jump Force before Jump Force. Really, it's basically what it was.
Okay.
And it like the mechanics, I guess in my opinion, are worse in J-Star Victory Versus than in Jump Force. They tried to make it an actual like fighting game of Jump Force, whereas it seems like they were just kind of mashing a bunch of people together and didn't know how to get their specific abilities and powers to work in that same vein when everything is so weird already.
Okay.
And they seem to have a better idea in Jump Force. And so, I think personally that J-Star Victory Versus is worse. However, it does have a better roster. Like
Yes.
Gintama, isn't it?
Yes.
And he's just a joke character, and it works. Although, the new one does have Asta, and Asta's cool.
Asta's pretty cool.
And Deku, and he's cool.
Deku.
So, it's kind of torn. However, I do think, I think Ichigo was in J-Star Victory Versus, wasn't
Yeah.
he? Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So,
I'm sold already.
it has a better art
His attacks
style.
are really cool as well.
Hell yeah.
It doesn't have that weird sort of like textured 3D art style. That
Yeah, where they took like one character's like art style and like, okay, we can make this look pretty decent and work, Naruto. And then they're like, oh shit, we also gotta add like Goku and Luffy and shit into this. How are we gonna do that? I don't know, just do it.
Make
And
it look
then
terrifying as
Goku looks like the fucking teddy bear with the small fucking head and the massive body. And Goku's like old Japanese lady voice does not already match very well with some of the scenes. However, it just 100% does not work with Jump Force. And then Luffy's like really non-detailed wrists and legs, but they're just really long, and his like eyes are just, they peer into your soul.
They bore in.
Yeah.
Yeah, the animation's way better in J-Star Victory Versus.
Fucking, to get back on the actual topic we were on, because I've been thinking about this whole time, the fucking, what did they call it in Fairy Tail, the Tower of Heaven arc? When, like, there's all the magic circles in the sky, because they're like, oh, we're just gonna actually magic nuke the whole tower, because it doesn't matter if Natsu's there, just screw him, it's fine. So they just nuke it, and, like, they have, like, this, like, 30-odd magic circles up into the goddamn sky, and they just blow up. Also ineffective, because then the Tower of Heaven just eats it.
I don't remember.
God.
It just slips it right out.
That's also one of those stupid moments, because then Natsu eats the tower, and everyone's like, hey, bro, don't do that. What if you didn't do that? And Natsu's like, you're right, and then dies on the floor, and everyone's like, that's what happens, dude! And then Natsu's like, it's fine, I win! And it's like, what?
Oh, what's that against Jalal?
That was Jalal. One of
One
the
of the
many
first-
times we blame Jalal for our
one
problems.
of the first fights, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I remember that. I don't remember what they called it. I do remember that.
I keep trying to think it's the Jupiter Cannon, but that was earlier. That was with Gajiel's guild.
I remember...
Also a good one, because like everyone's like, well, I guess we're going to take that in the mouth, and then Urza's like, it's cool, I
was
got
it
it.
called Fairy Glitter?
No, that's the one that Kana does. And
Yeah,
Mavis.
see, that was cool.
That was cool, too.
I liked the way that looked.
Mm-hmm.
That looked real great. I think it actually had no impact at all, too,
Didn't
actually.
she use it on the one gravity dude or whatever? And he's like, man, that was fucking weird, right?
I thought she used it on Actinolia.
I don't know.
Because it was on the island doing their tests and whatnot.
The Tenra Island,
And
yeah.
they had all those people coming to try to fight them, and then Actinolia showed up. I thought she tried to use it on Actinolia before they did that weird thing.
No. She was going to use Fairy Law on Acnologia.
Fairy Law, not glitter. That's what it was. It was Fairy Law.
Hey, I'm right. I'm smart. I know. I'm a reputable source of information about these things. Yeah, no, she tries to do that, and they're like, well, that didn't fucking work. And then Makarov's like, I'll punch him. And everyone's like, hey, that's not going to work. And they're like, well, I guess we're all going to die. Better circle up and cry together. And then 7 years happen. Because, I don't know, Mavis? Fairy Tail makes me mad sometimes.
I love viewing this from the outside because I watched like 15 episodes in and I have not been able to get
Oh,
past
yeah, no,
that.
fucking 15 episodes in. Like, okay, so like 15 episodes in, Fairy Tail is still kind of clambering for like what it really wants
It
to
was
be. Because like the
so
world
awkward.
for it is really interesting in the way they build things at that point.
Just
And then it just
constant
gets
repeating
weird.
of Natsu's ability.
Yeah, they suffered greatly when they're like, okay, look, Natsu's gonna use the same, like, 4 attacks, so we really only need to record the attack, like, once, and then we can just reuse the animation over and over again. It's, like, also super obvious when they do it, too. It's like Ash's when he does the thing, when he fucking pulls his hat back and then winds up for a throw. It's like, I've seen this, like, 80 times.
Let's go! It just came to mind, like, trying to get back on topic, like, the graphical version for it. I'm losing my words. For instance, since I'm seeing the poster, for the fire attack that was done in Fullmetal Alchemist with the gloves and everything, I thought that was really cool for how they animated fire, and then I saw Tanjiro.
Yeah,
and it looks amazing. I love seeing the abilities within Demon Slayer, and I really need to get to watching it.
Okay, so, I regret... there is a disclaimer. We will spoil things, and I'm sorry if you want to cover your ears. I understand. Okay, cool. 7th form that Zenitsu does in the Assault on Muzan Art. Oh god,
it was
like
okay. So in that vein, because it's only the manga right now. I can't say that it's particularly pretty because it's just black and white.
We've seen fan animations of it, and they do really well. However,
the fan animations, yes. However, I'm just going to stick with the manga for this, so I can't say it's particularly pretty. However, holy actual hell is it impactful. It hits you hard.
Yeah.
Even without watching it, like, there is just a certain amount of impact when you see the scenes from it and see the clips. It hits real hard.
Yeah. Fan animations are great, though.
The fan animations are great. That was fucking solid. Oh,
I can't wait to see it actually animated by, Ufotable.
Is that who's doing it?
I thought so.
You know that. You keep running on about the fact that it's animated by the same people as Fate.
Yeah, I think it's Ufotable.
Like, I've seen you drop that fun fact, like, 5 times, and I'm pretty sure it's just been you and me each time you do it.
I'm pretty sure it's you. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure
it's not
it's
surprising.
Ufotable. The UFO table.
Oh.
Is it
what?
not Ufotable? Well, God, I guess I'm pissing every Fate anime fan off since the beginning of time.
A random one that I just thought of for, I guess it's not technically particularly flashy, but it was in the original SAO instead of the other one, so it was actually kind of flashy. When Kirito got his, showed off the fact that he could use 2 swords.
Stardust Stream or whatever he called it.
Is that... Wait, did he actually... I don't remember.
There was actually a title for it.
Was there?
It shows up in, like, all of the games when he's doing that specific thing
it does,
as that
but I don't
title.
remember him ever saying or mentioning the name for
Look,
it in
man,
the
you
anime.
can't ask me what he actually says in that fight. I only remember the abridged version at this point.
That's fair. But the first time he shows up with the 2 swords,
right,
that was pretty
that was
cool.
A solid fight. Yeah. For all the laws of that universe as it was set, that was pretty fucking flashy compared to everything else.
Yeah, the most flash. All of the original SAO's abilities were flashy than everything that came after.
Yeah, like the sword skills was a really cool concept. The way they just did a certain thing and the weapon glowed a different color or something, and they just went off about it.
And then the stream that followed.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of a Star Wars one.
What was that one called?
There's a lot of Star Wars you can pull from.
Yeah.
Especially
I just can't think of any off the top
Oh
of my
yeah,
head.
anything outside of the normal canon gets fucking wacky. I mean, fucking Starkiller yoinking a Star Destroyer out of the goddamn sky.
That's fair.
Fucking cool.
That was cool.
Didn't he force choke a Rancor or something?
Yes!
Yeah, okay, cool, I remember things.
Pretty sure. Was that in the
Vader
arena?
Immortal, where you fight like a Mega Rancor, or whatever the fuck it's called. It's got so many arms.
Oh, that thing was
huge.
terrifying and I hated it. You know what? VR, I love it. I can't do VR horror much. Resident Evil 4 doesn't count because I can shoot them in the fucking nuts and it feels good. Until it does count. I'm not ready for that. You know what? I remember that there was going to be a Chainsaw Man fight, and I was like, oh god, I hate that dude. I remember that being a lot more terrifying, and then he jumped up, and I was like, and then I shot him, and then I wasn't worried about it.
Well, except for later on, you have to play as the president's daughter, and you don't get guns.
That might be a bit more terrifying.
Yeah.
They also have layers of food
You pretty much just crawl around everywhere.
Oh, gross.
Did you try to sneak around?
I don't know if crawling's gonna work. I tried to crawl under those tripwires and I died. I didn't die.
I would assume you would just have you press a button to crawl.
Oh, that makes way more sense.
And then it would just play an animation for crawling, just like it plays animation you jumping out or climbing the ladder or whatever.
Alright, I think we thoroughly lost the topic we were on about. So I think we should at least transfer into some quick real world topics. First off, I definitely at least want to apologize for the absolutely haggard behind release this has been on. We recorded the first episode, and that was great. And the next week, we were, like, prepped. We had everything set up. We got the table out and everything. And then our sink exploded? Sorry. The kitchen wall detonated. It was great. And I'm like, oh, man, I'll wash some dishes. I'm going to be a useful member of this household. And then I tugged on the hose. And then it went clink. And I'm like, well, that's probably not going to be good. And then the water pressure blew the cabinet door into my dick. And then Milo just walks over like, hey, are you doing something about that? And it's like,
And then we have had a lot of things, I guess, come up every time we've tried to record up till now.
Yeah, we're not ADHD at all. It's just that if we stop thinking about the one thing we're trying to do, like, we had to, like, actually plan to do this, because if we just be like, we should record, we find any universal altering reason to not do it.
It feels like it.
I mean, with how your regular discussions go, I'm surprised you're not recording 24/7.
Oh my god.
The seventh person who's
yeah. So this is the reason we did this podcast, because this is just how we talk anyway, and the problem is how many times outside of the podcast we go on unnecessarily long debates that turn into rants, even at the point there where we're trying to make a joke of we could rant about anything, and then we propose a topic, and then we actually wind up ranting about it for too long.
Every time we go down to Eugene for like an hour, we're on the car ride, we rant about any number of things.
Oh yeah, the favorite rant that I will always have anytime, because it can be ranted about once or 700 times, is always, why is Shion useless in Kingdom Hearts? And then we just are gone, and then it spirals into like 25 different topics about either Kingdom Hearts, and then somehow leading into something else, and then always coming back to Demon Slayer. All roads lead to Crab, all roads lead to Demon Slayer eventually.
I think the last time we didn't even start the rant with Shion is useless. We were just genuinely trying to talk about Kingdom Hearts, and then we brought up Shion.
Yeah.
And then we were like, what? And then we started ranting about that.
They were playing, I think Moon and Ari were playing Assassin's Creed New Hampshire. I keep calling it that. I see one meme on Twitter, ACNH, Assassin's Creed New Hampshire, and I can never call it Animal Crossing again. This is my curse. They were playing Animal Crossing about something, and I think one of us offhandedly mentioned, like, Aqua or something, and that just spiraled.
You want another spiral? I'll give you another one.
Don't. Right now, we're trying to stay on topic again, and evidently, we managed to lose the topic after, like, 10 minutes.
That sounds about right, actually.
If that.
I mean...
I feel like you were still waiting for me to stop talking so you could start the spiral. If I just don't stop talking, you can't talk, and we're golden.
I don't think I was going to bring up is that Aqua is the best character.
Oh my god. You're right, but that's not important. Anyway,
not
okay.
Now, maybe later.
So, in other news, what we're trying to do... Okay, so... In the time that we have not been recording this episode, holy shit, we keep coming up with, like, crazy batshit stuff to do and talk about from the side of this, because I know we have the podcast, at least an episode of it, so that's totally a series if we record and publish this. But I know we were talking about doing some, like, Game Grumps inspired couch co-op stuff where we, like, play games together and bullshit. So like this, but like with some kind of visual medium for the audience and not just staring at the wall.
That sounds like so much fun.
Yeah.
I think that'd be pretty fun.
We were talking about doing that, and I eventually we probably shouldn't even make a second channel for it. We should just make like just more stuff on this channel. Yeah. And I'm just like, what do we call it? Because I couldn't think of anything, and then I kept thinking don't worry about it. About using Bag as the central place for all the jokes we make about fucking thing, because we've got Bag of Weeb. I wanted to do like Let's Bag instead of Let's Play or something, and then because we also, aside from that, other roommate Paper and I watch a lot of commentary YouTubers, like way too much. Jarvis, Johnson, Curtis, Connor, Ethan is online, Nick is not Green, Green is not Nick, Mr. Beard, Chad, name dropping, what's up? And we were like, oh, we could do that. I mean, I'm definitely not a reputable source for anything, but we could just watch something and mock it. And then God, where was I going with this? Right. Anyway, I wanted to call it like bag on it or something, like, you know, ragging on something, and that was funny to me. And then I thought about it a little bit longer, and then it made me like, God, that's disgusting. Why would I ever call something that?
Just always remember that the first time we made an episode for this, you called this the leaking bag of weeb.
Hey, I called it glistening this time, which is
not
better.
that much better.
I don't know. I feel like it's better because it's like gilded or something.
I don't.
When was the last time you thought of something as glistening and it wasn't bad or wasn't good?
No.
No, wait, actually, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm thinking about glistening things and none of
No.
them are great.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't really call gems glistening. You just kind of call
Shiny
glittering?
gems like jewels.
Glitter.
Glittering? Glitter hearts. Good stuff.
I don't think you call them glittering. Do you? I've only called them shiny.
Yeah, do simple terms.
Yeah, single, double syllable stuff. I get it.
That's it. Next time we intro our next episode is gonna be shiny bag of weeb.
You know what? Yes, you just next time you get to do the intro.
And I'm gonna say shiny bag of weeb.
Yep.
And it's gonna be similar to the glistening. I wonder what the difference between shiny and glistening is now.
Well, we're not going to look it up. I threw my phone across the room so that way I wouldn't be distracted because I have issues.
That's just something for later,
Right.
not right now. But I do want to know the difference now because it might be funny.
Ooh, we could
Oh,
also,
we could have that happen.
Yes.
We
Yes,
could
ma'am?
also join on the content bandwagon and show our Smash or Pass lists.
Oh my God, we could. What would we smash?
That would be.
What
I feel like that would be more like a thing we would do for like the Let's Play sort of thing.
Oh, absolutely.
It could be mixed in with anything.
Not so
it's
much
kinda,
this.
The podcast would not be a great place for that because we'd look at a picture and go, smash, and everyone would be like, I wonder what they're looking at.
Everyone would come look it up as you're saying it.
But like, yeah, no, on some kind of
Describe
Let's
it
Play
in the worst
format,
way
we just,
possible.
like visually, it's a kind of old man, but he's got daddy vibes. Like, he's wearing an eye patch now, but like his scarf is top notch, and like he could glare at me real hard, and I'd stop.
He kind of looks like a pirate, but not quite a pirate. If that makes any sense.
Are we talking about the same character?
I don't know.
I'm talking about Aizawa.
Nice.
I was not ready for that.
What were you talking about? Were you
You
just
said you see an
an
eye
unnamed
patch, and so I was
character?
just I just an eye patch. And
What?
pirates have eye patches.
Uh-huh.
That's
Are we
as
talking
far
about
as that.
Cervantes? What the fuck? Also Smash?
You know what?
Just drop that in.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Pirates of
There
the
you
Caribbean?
All
Who
of them.
has an eye patch in Pirates of the Caribbean?
go. I thought the other guy that helped Jack Sparrow in the later movies.
Yeah.
Barossa. I thought he had one.
I don't know.
Doesn't
I
he?
don't remember any of those movies.
I
been a
think
long
at
time.
some point
Yeah,
he had
fever
one as
dream.
a joke and then whipped it off.
Oh, there we go. See,
There we
I'm
go.
partially right.
He also dressed up in a powder
That's all I
blue
got.
and shit,
Does he wear a
so-
scarf?
Does anybody in Pirates wear a scarf?
They have like necklaces and sometimes like
Ascot?
handkerchiefs. Yeah.
None of the pirates wear an ascot.
Some do.
No,
I don't know.
Some do.
I
like
don't
the
want
two
to
dumb
rewatch
idiots
the
that are
Pirates
off
of the
on longboat.
Caribbean movie.
but they're so good.
No, okay. The first one and like the third one are good.
That's
Yeah.
fair. First one was really good.
Davy Jones, the introduction frame was okay.
Was
However,
the third
the
one
culmination of that, the World's End, that's when we do
The
when
one
we
with
did
the-
the
Yeah.
whirlpool sword
Yes.
fight and shit
Okay.
across the boats.
Yep.
Kraken, Calypso.
The one that was in
Calypso.
Kingdom Hearts 3, right?
That was in Kingdom Hearts 3?
Yeah.
Was that the
yeah.
one that was in Kingdom Hearts 3?
Okay, I'm not gonna lie right now. I binged that game so hard, like all the grinding included. There are some parts of that game I straight up forget
Yeah,
happened.
Pirates Full On came back and it was 3, I believe, because
Yeah.
you got to see Davy Jones.
I just remember doing the ship to ship fighting and going, this is kind of neat.
It was pretty fun.
It was pretty
Yeah.
fun. And then I guess I got through that story because I wound up in
I already
fucking
spent a lot of time in
Arendelle.
Pirates.
Arendelle?
Arendelle. Pretty sure it's not
Oh,
Arendelle.
fuck Arendelle.
All right.
Which one was Arendelle?
That's Frozen.
Frozen.
Ah, yes.
That's the Ice Palace.
I like that one.
That's
Because,
another
you know-
thing that we could rant on, but maybe for another time.
Kingdom Hearts are...
Yeah, Kingdom Hearts. And
We
especially
can
rant
the
about Kingdom
story.
Hearts.
We could rant
forever.
about...
I
We've
know.
proven that we can rant about
But
Kingdom Hearts.
specifically with 3, I have a whole lot of
If we start
beef.
ranting about Kingdom Hearts, the conversation will start with Aqua is the best character.
Yes, no
Guys, this is
shit.
going to be a 3-hour episode if we
You keep
talk about Kingdom
reiterating
Hearts.
that
It's going to
point,
go bad.
It's true.
Because she is
Nobody's
the
denying
best
you.
character, and everyone needs to know.
You're going to just stop saying obvious things like it's all Terra's fault.
Xehanort did
She
nothing
honestly-
wrong.
No!
But no.
Xehanort's a pervert.
Xehanort is a pervert.
my beef is with the story, like, in the sections of the movies, because of how much I've watched Disney movies. That's where my beef is, but we're not going to get into that for this one.
So you're saying that your beef is how the game interconnects with the story that's already in the world?
Like the time that Flynn Rider gets stabbed and Sora's like, oh no, if only someone did something. Like, you just could have, like, leapt in the window a bit and bonked her in the head and been like, alright, no one dies this time. Woo!
Could have been something.
That was a really awkward scene,
You use magic.
Yeah, just Fira. Just a little bit.
Before we start going down the rabbit hole, do we want the next question?
Oh shit, yeah, we're a topic channel, I guess, now.
I mean, we've only done one episode,
True.
so really we kind of just talk about whatever.
We're anything kind of channel at this point. Yeah,
It's
no,
a
what? Shoot it,
spitball.
Moonpie. What do we got?
So, next one is to discuss anime moms. The best, the worst, not necessarily who you want to fucking put on waifu status, but assessing how they actually parent.
Oh, that's rude, but okay. Alright, first off,
That can also be saved for another time
for-
for that.
for best moms, I want to say Izuku Midoriya. Their mom, fucking gold tier.
She's so
Fucking, all this bullshit happens to Deku. And instead of being like a mom, like, oh, I know he can pull through it, she's like, hey, yeah, since I put him into school, he broke every bone in his body twice this week. Can you,
Yeah.
like, stop?
Yeah.
Or I'm gonna pull him out of the goddamn school. And they're like, okay, but we're gonna put him in dorms to keep them all together. And she's like, no? If they're all getting attacked when they're all together, why would you put them all together? She's good, and I love her. Also, Bakugo's mom.
Bakugo's mom is great.
Bakugo's mom was great. Mitsuki? Is that her name?
I don't know.
Mitsuki Bakugo. Mitsuki
I like-
Kaneki.
I
Nope.
got you. I
What?
got
Totally
you.
different.
No.
In the vein of-
I want to. The only one I can think of off the top of my head is Tanjiro's mom.
Tanjiro's mom?
She
As
was
which
really
one?
good.
Mitsuki Bako.
Mitsuki. Okay.
She was really good.
She was really good?
For the short period of time
She
that
was
she-
actually really good, or her ghost version of herself that shows up constantly is really good?
No, she was actually a really good mom.
Oh, okay,
Given
cool.
the circumstances that they had when they were living before,
Especially
all that
dealing
happened.
with Bakugo.
No, that's
No.
we're talking about Tanjiro's mom
No,
now.
I'm talking about
Yeah,
Tanjiro's
no,
mom.
Tanjiro's mom was classic with Bakugo.
No, Tanjiro's mom was really good. Like, given their living situation,
She seems so
it was
sweet.
really, really nice.
It's
Really
so
supportive
sad.
of all of her children, and she had a lot.
Man, you know what? Also, I can't tell if it's best or worst, but she did the best at what she could. Ed and Al's mom in Full Metal.
I was about to bring that up too.
Yeah, she, after Hohenheim left, was all like, okay, no, like, yeah. And like, we're gonna get alchemy. And she's like, okay, but like, be careful with that shit. That's gonna get weird. And then she died, and they're like, we're gonna bring her back. And it was like, ugh, maybe don't do that.
Yeah, that was a time.
I don't want to think about that again.
Like the duality of Bulma and Chi-Chi.
Oh, don't give me so much.
She's like, no, you're gonna be a scholar. You're giving up on the Z-Warrior stuff. You're gonna die. And Bulma being like, hey, just make sure your dad gets home, you know?
Someone
Come
has
home
to
for
watch
dinner.
it.
Someone has to make sure dad's okay.
Not necessarily anime. I guess it has an anime, but Futaba's mom was really nice, actually.
Yeah.
In Persona 5, Futaba's mom.
Until you see the Sphinx, and then she just
No.
No, because
her
the
actual.
Sphinx was
Yeah.
Futaba's representation.
but-
Yeah,
of
no,
mother
her
based on
actual mom
trauma.
when she finds out what actually happened and
Yeah.
all of that. That was
That's good.
really
that was
nice.
good stuff.
I love them. They're a great
They're
family.
good. They're good stuff.
kind of mem mom, Sora's mom. Ready for dinner?
That's it.
Where are
Is
you?
that is that
Bad
worse?
mom, I would say that's
I mean,
that
it's
falls
pretty
in
good.
worse because she did nothing.
Yeah.
We didn't even see her.
Didn't
She
you
just
she
see her?
die?
As far as we know, yes.
probably, since Destiny Island's gone.
Except
Yeah.
they came back, so we don't really know.
I thought the
actually.
whole point of Destiny, when the world gets destroyed, all the people on it get fucked off somewhere else. That's why Traverse Town exists.
Yeah, except Destiny Island came back in 2, so we don't
We
really
never
know
see
Oh.
her
if they
or
came
hear
back.
her again.
That's
Yeah,
true.
exactly.
And then Sora just
Because they don't
continues
live on the
dipping.
island anymore. Harry ends up going to an actual
He
school.
focuses on his friends, damn it. They're important.
Yeah.
And Riku gets to be a salty bitch because Sora got new friends.
I mean, it doesn't help that he was fucking, possessed for half of his life? At
No,
this
what?
point?
No,
Okay, he
no,
was-
no. He was
possessed
possessed
for,
until
like-
the end of Kingdom Hearts 1.
Still.
All of Kingdom Hearts 1 was just Riku being a salty bitch because he didn't realize that Sora was trying to get Kairi and hit him back the whole time and made friends with Donald and Goofy, and then made new friends because he was a child. Okay?
It's not. You're creating a new save file. It's not overwriting things, Riku. Fuck.
Riku just wanted all to himself.
I get that, but like he acts
Gay.
like it was half of his life just
Okay, I would
gone.
have prefaced the fact that we are some amount of queer, so that's not actually as derogatory as it means, and I'm sorry, don't cancel me.
I didn't even think about that. I'm so used to you saying that
Exactly.
to me. I didn't even think about that.
And this is a gay disaster.
Yep. All kinds of disasters.
See, the problem with asking about anime or video game or media moms really is I can't remember a whole lot in, especially anime, because they're not there for very long most of the time.
Yeah, most anime characters' moms
Pat you
die
on the back
Erin's
and get you
mom was
going.
great.
for 4 minutes.
No, the best part about her was her death.
Oh, no, was it?
Yeah.
That really gave the rule if you can wring out any anime character like a washcloth once.
Jesus
Christ. Okay.
not in the vein of not moms. This is gonna be more like a father figure, but Shiro's dad, technically, Kiitsugu was good after Zero. He was a horrible person in Zero. He was great after Zero.
I think my favorite
raising
representation
Shiro.
for Kiritsugu is definitely in Cloud.
Also, Iris feels best. Mom, fight me.
I don't know any of the mothers in Fate besides Raiko.
Ilya's mom. You know Ilya's mom.
No, I don't know any other unless
any other?
Raiko.
No. Raiko isn't. Sorry, I don't know anything
Boom! I know very little about Fate, but that's a good reference.
I don't know anything about
Plus
Raiko's
points to me.
backstory. I just know that she has a
I'm not
fixation
even
on
trying to go for points.
that.
I'm
There's
just
a point system?
I don't know. You wanted points.
No. We are not making a point system out of this. This is not going to work out in our favor. One of us is going to end up being choked out.
Nice.
Todoroki's mom's pretty cool.
What? Yeah.
Later.
Yeah. Okay. Todoroki, more like Toda choke me.
I will end this recording right now. Stop. I will turn this car around.
Jesus. But yeah, no, Todoroki's mom is great after the trauma.
Yeah,
Like
later.
after she spent some time, like
when Endeavor
not
starts
being
trying to be
abused.
a better person around that time. I don't. Do we see his mom before then, or was it around then that he went to go see his mom, and then we saw his mom present day? Because we see her in flashbacks.
yeah, we see her in flashbacks about the whole eye scar thing, but
Yeah,
really, but
we don't see.
I think it's like after a bit, he's like, maybe I should actually go talk to my mom.
But wasn't it
and
around
then-
the same time that Endeavor was starting to try to be a better person?
Yeah, because I think the first time we actually see his mom present time is when Endeavor's talking about her.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you cared so much about your mom, you'd actually like go and visit her or something, and then they talk about that, and then Todoroki finally goes to talk to his mom, and then it's revealed that like Endeavor's been like constantly visiting her.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah.
I just
In a
tuned
good
back
way.
in the worst part.
Yeah. Give her flowers.
Your
When
favorite
they were
fairy.
mentioned, I think they said it was mentioned once ages ago, and he just
Yeah.
remembered and just kept giving them to her.
Right, yeah, because like during the time, because they were like the quirk marriage thing, and like during one of their times after their quirk marriage, she mentions the flowers she likes, and he just clung to that and kept just getting her those flowers because like he doesn't know how to respond to people, except beating them until they're the perfect form he wants. Toya.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said that.
Yep.
Anyways,
Feel for
more
Krusty
really
Krab.
good anime parents.
I will say that Ash's mom needs to stop seeing Professor Oak and Mr. Mime.
Oh my god. Oh, she keeps Mr. Mime as a pet. You know it's bad.
That's
Thing's sentient.
I don't wanna
He knows what he's doing.
I don't want to respond to this.
That's a whole ass person.
I wish it didn't come to mind, but it just dawned on me. Like, once you brought up Endeavor and seeing the other mom, it's just like, you know what? That came to mind.
Yugi's grandfather, I think is what he was.
The one that gets stuck in a card for the entire show?
he was cool.
He was sweet. He was really
I liked
nice.
him. He was a cool parental figure. I
He
liked
really
him.
was.
Was
They
there
get
one-
fucked.
Hey, you watched a lot of Bakugan, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Were
Okay,
there
okay.
any parents in that show at all?
Yes!
Okay, I don't remember any.
I
of
remember
them.
because, Chaos, what was her name? Rika?
I don't remember anything.
Rin? Something about her. Either way, her parents were cool because they owned a restaurant. And then she's the one that was like, guys, I don't know if I should really be hanging out with these people. These people can seem kind of trash. And it's like, just make some friends. It'll be fine. And then they get sucked into the Digi world. Or, no. Vestroya. No?
Yeah, Vestroya was Bakugan. Yes.
Yeah, but they didn't get sucked in so much as, like, they could enter it willingly when they started the Bakugan battle?
For a little bit.
Dude,
And
I
then
want to
they did get
rewatch
sucked
that. I
in.
love that.
The other people who had the Bakugan didn't
Mm-hmm.
actually get... I remember they get sucked into that world. The whole plot was get out and save it. Digimon style. Get out and save
Yeah,
it.
no. The whole plot for that was, like, they kept, like, every time they were activating the gate cards and shit and starting a fight, they were actually, like, bringing these two dimensions closer together, and they were going to impact, and they had to completely separate it, and then they did, and then the next series, they just kept going back and forth for some reason.
Ah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Heroes
of Destroy.
Dang it, I had it and now it's gone. Oh, no. Shokugeki no Soma. A lot of the parents in that are really good.
What the fuck?
Food Wars.
Food Wars. Oh!
Like,
yeah,
Soma's dad is actually really cool.
Oh,
he's not a dick. He comes off as a dick at first. He's actually really cool.
He shows up more during the series, because I just remember him and Soma, like, having, like,
Yeah,
food competitions. Cool. I like his dad.
Near the end.
Okay.
When he shows up more, you get to see he's actually a really good person that does give a shit. Not that you did it before, but, like, how much he actually cares for Soma. And the entire reason why he had to go to that school to begin with. But he's really cool. He's really chill. They do talk about his mom a bit, which is a depressing moment, but it's really good. And then Arena's mom. Arena's dad sucks. Is the worst person. But her mom comes off similarly to her dad, has like a total dick, but is also actually ends up being really good.
Okay.
She's really nice.
Okay, wait, hold on. Can't tell best or worst. Just definitely something. In Rosario Vampire, Mizure's mom.
Oh god. Not that.
The Snow Fairy?
Worst.
Worst?
Worst by far. Worst mom.
I can't remember if she was doing it out of necessity or because she really thought that that's the best thing.
It doesn't matter why she was doing it. The fact of the matter is that she was forcing it on her. She very clearly didn't want to do it. She told everyone she didn't want to do it, and she was still forced to do it.
I can't remember if she was doing that because like they were actually needed the protection from that family or something.
I didn't think it was from the family. I thought they were doing it for. I thought I'm probably wrong, but I thought all of the monsters that were into Tsukune were into him because they were trying to repopulate their monster
Mizure
species.
specifically. Kurumu. I can't remember. I think
she's a succubus, so it's a little hard to tell.
Yeah, Kurumu wanted a harem anyway.
There's the witch girl who didn't. Definitely, she's just a witch.
No, she wanted to a little bit. She definitely.
But
it
had nothing to do with repopulating.
Oh no, she wanted a threesome with Mocha.
Yeah, no, it was just she's a witch.
Yeah.
There are two witches actually. The little girl witch was just there because Tsukune was the other one that was nice to her.
Ruby's just a masochist.
Oh, the other witch?
The one that kept getting jobs on campus and then being like, it's actually a funny story, and then would get talked over, so we never got to hear the story of how she got that job. And then every time she got into a fight, they'd be like, Ruby, watch out! And then she gets hit, and they're like, oh no! And then she just moans, and they're like, actually, she's just being really perverted about it. We'd probably just be better to let her be.
Yeah.
Worst dad ever.
Okay.
Evangelion.
Oh my god! Shinji, fight your trauma metaphor angels and get inside a robot mom.
Still need to watch it. It's still very determined.
I watched the first. So I watched the first two, I think, movies on. I think it was on Toonami with one of my friends when I was in high school, and I could only watch the first two really, because I couldn't stand the dad. Like, I physically could not listen to him talk to Shinji the way he did. It made me so viscerally angry. And I have not watched Evangelion since and don't plan to. I can still hear the screams.
I watched it with I think my dad and my uncle very, very young, so most of it has completely been, I would like to say forgotten, but likely repressed.
Yeah.
And now at this point I'm just like, I can't remember anything, I just remember I have a fear of orange soda.
Yes, that's fair.
I am phantophobic.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh, that was an awful scene.
I can still hear the screams.
Oh, Asuka?
That's how I know that. That's how I'm not for sure, but I'm very certain that you have repressed memories of it because mine are repressed, and I can still hear her scream.
I love how these are their descriptions, and I still want to watch it.
Oh yeah, no, it's awful. It's great.
That's how you know you're a masochist. You want to watch that, something like that.
Don't
I mean, I've chosen to watch things knowing.
Don't put me on blast.
Next up on Bag of Weeb, we just drop some facts on y'all.
I just thought of another visually pleasing, not so much attack, but more
Holy
fight.
shit, we're going all the way back to the beginning.
I just
okay, keep going.
I just
we got our
remembered.
2 questions. Focus.
We got 2 questions. Good.
It was the fight between Obi-Wan and Anakin. They didn't do anything that was particularly ultimate attacky or that was a specific sort of attack that was visually more appealing than the rest of it. But the elongated fight and the way that they were doing it was, as a whole, very pleasing. I thought, just visually.
That's fair, yeah.
I very much liked
I loved the energy, because, like, even when Obi-Wan's all stressed and all that, he's still primarily using a lot of those, like, lightsaber techniques, and a lot of his primary forms he's using, whereas Anakin's technique goes just feral.
Yep.
And then you have
But
Kylo
it was
who
still...
uses baseball.
But it
No,
was like
Kylo uses, like,
it's Rey
dumb...
that does it.
Yeah.
Rey's baseball.
Yeah, Rey uses a baseball bat, and Kylo was using a bastardized version of Darth Vader's. Because he's a simp for his grandpa, which is really
At least
gross.
he likes his family, just not
Ew.
to that degree. Not to that degree. You had to let me finish.
I mean, he penetrated his dad.
Oof.
Oof.
Why did you have to say
Blew his mom out of the sky.
Oh.
And then she forced her way back into the ship.
And then died.
Great scene.
Empty
She didn't die. I didn't think.
Not yet.
No,
No, she dies in the third one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No,
well, I haven't
she
seen
force
that.
Spoiler.
ghosts herself. Oh no,
Yeah.
there's a disclaimer before these episodes.
Yeah,
We're
we are horrible.
we're free from anyone yelling at us about spoilers, I'm pretty sure. Just
I
like we
hope
can't get sued,
I would hope
I
so.
hope.
I think.
Don't mention D or N. Then we're good.
D's nuts.
Oh my god. What have I gotten myself into?
Literally what
things.
you wanted.
Yeah, I feel like you wanted
Could it
this.
be this bad?
That is
Oh
such a lie.
no. I would say for the Pokemon games, the parental figure that you usually start with, your mom,
Yeah.
even though it's a different person each one, it seems to be a pretty good mom,
Chill.
all
I
things
think I have a
considered.
favorite mom in.
I don't think I have a favorite, but I think that in the games, I think that for all things considered, they are a fairly good mom.
I think I like Alolan's mom. Most.
I
I don't even
understand
remember.
that it's a normal thing to send your like 10 to 15-year-old off into the world to go do all this shit, but it seems
In Pokemon, it's very important. It's normal in Pokemon.
it just seems
Oh,
so
wow.
weird to just be sent off in the world at that age when you're like in our world, just regular 18, you could barely do anything until you hit like 21.
Well, I thought
I
that-
love you,
thought-
child.
I
Now
thought-
venture across this entire continent, capture one of every rats, and don't come back until you do.
Meanwhile, hey, you
I
want a
thought
cigarette
that-
for us?
Well, I thought the legal age to do things like that was different in Asia than it was here in America. Am I wrong?
What are you on
Most
about?
places do, like across the sea, do have different limits on that. Like kids that are 15 can drink alcohol.
Yeah. See. So
but
I
it's
guess
still just
That's
like
that's
the
what you, I
fact.
thought you
Yeah.
meant the whole venture across the continent.
no.
Catch
I
one
mean
of
like
the
so.
But it's just like here.
No, just catch one of every different kind of rat in the world. 21st century. Here you go. Have fun. I'm out. Your
But
job now.
It's just ironic that you can like smoke a cigarette and go fight in the war and everything, but you can't get drunk until you're 21 or 22 now that they up the age standard. So it's just like funny to see a 10-year-old venture across the world. Meanwhile, it's so hard to get a fucking passport in real life and actually go anywhere.
We're going to start delving into the one thing we didn't want to talk about on this podcast.
The real shit?
Oh, my
Yeah.
bad.
Like political real.
We're not talking about political stuff. I do not have the reputation for political.
repertoire.
Repertoire.
Ugh.
So fancy and
I was
sophisticated.
the reason why I brought up the Pokemon mom, she's Monster Hunter Riders. I think
Rise?
no,
No.
Riders. The Pokemon
Stories?
Yeah, stories. I think two. I think there's a parental figure in that I thought was really good too. Actually,
Oh, okay.
I just can't remember who off the top of my head. I haven't played the beginning of that game in forever. I thought.
Interesting.
No,
Okay.
they talk about your grandpa. You live by yourself. They talk about your grandpa. I guess I wouldn't classify him as a good parental figure because he kind of just wasn't there for you as far as I'm aware. He went out and tried to solve all the world's problems, and you were just existing.
Oh shit! Wait, no. Parental figures in Pokemon. In third gen, your dad who runs the like normal type
The
gym.
league, yeah.
Oh, is that a thing?
Yeah, your dad runs
always
the normal
wondered
type
what
gym,
the
and you actually
paths
come
were.
across and you fight him, and he's like, "Wow, you're actually doing really good. You got this. I think you can go all the top."
See, now that's good. That's encouraging,
Yeah.
especially in the field that you share the same interest in. Like, that's going to be good for the future.
Yeah, because like in the beginning, when you like set up your clock, you move into the house, and then you come downstairs while the Machokes and stuff are moving your stuff around. Your mom's like, "Quick, come over here. Your dad's on TV." And then you get over there, and she's like, he was just here. Anyway, you'll probably run into him on the journey.
I've always wondered where your dad is in all these games.
Fucking off and finding out.
Yeah.
And then you never
It'd be nice
see
if they
him
came
ever
up with a
again.
new
He
Pokemon
went to
game
go
where you
get
just see them.
Pokemilk. That sounds disgusting.
What the hell?
Okay,
He
no.
went to go get milk
Okay.
and never came back.
Oh, Pokemilk. Okay.
Yeah.
One of the worst things I've ever seen in a
said, what do you
Pokemon
think
game,
of
and this is
Pokemon?
gonna be horrible.
Okay.
Was one of the random NPCs you can talk to in one of the 3DS Pokemon games. I can't remember which one anymore. Talks about how Mooba Milk is so good. You wish your mom
was a Miltank.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
fucking
It was
Pokemon
disgusting.
NPC things are just
10 points of mental
atrocious.
damage there. Fuck that.
Yep.
Yeah, it was horrible. Funny, just horrible.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Yeah, I think.
Parental figure Demon Slayer, Shinobu's sister.
Fuck.
older
I know
one?
who you're talking about. It's not Kaneo, because
No.
that's the
Fuck,
younger
we didn't
sister
even take
figure.
the
That's
time to consider like siblings that turned into the parental figure.
I've been saying parental figure this entire time with the hopes that you guys would pick up on the fact that doesn't necessarily mean parent
Hey, I've
or
been
adult.
using other things. I talked about the Pokemon dad.
Okay. No, Shinobu's older sister, she seemed like a pretty good parental figure at the time, before she, died.
Died because she was trying to be nice to a demon.
Yep. Was she trying to be nice? Was that what it was?
Shinobu talks about the fact that she's like trying to like befriend a demon or something,
No,
and
dude, I don't
ultimately
think-
that's the thing that gets her killed.
Really? I didn't think that's because she got killed by Doma.
But she gets killed and not eaten by Doma because she's there when her sister dies.
Yes, but she didn't. I don't think she was trying to be nice to Doma. Was she?
I don't remember now.
I hope not.
Oh god, another reason to reread Demon Slayer for the 4th time. Ah.
Oh no. Oh. I guess it's not necessarily. No, it is. I can't remember her name. The good demon. The one that helps him.
Oh shit.
What's her
Tameo.
name? Yeah, Tameo. The way she treats Nezuko. Mm-hmm. That's great.
That's fucking
That's a
parental
great
shit.
reaction.
When Nezuko's already starting to lose it, and she's like, hey, no, this is just how you talk to her. She's a child.
And it's great. I love that. And that was nice.
Okay. Okay, this whole thing is starting to go stale. Let's seal it up, save it for later, and thank you, the audience, for listening to this bag of weeb. If you want to reach us for topics you want to hear, you can find us at our Twitter, which will be in the description below. Thank you, and this has been Crow.
And Sora.
And Moonpie!
And we will see you next time.